Well, this intersection in the Hudsonville area considered dangerous by local residents. One mom is so fed up, she started a petition for county officials to install a green arrow. Our Lauren Edwards has the story.
We spoke with Lisa Cosbeek weeks ago, and she is troubled about this intersection that sits between two schools. Multiple accidents occurring, even one just last week. So she's determined to do something about it before it gets worse.
And I have kids that go to school here and kids that go to school there. Grocery store is this way. So I'm in this intersection multiple times a day.
At 48th and Port Sheldon in Ottawa County, that is. For Lisa Cosbeek of Blendon Township, she says it's dangerous.
I also live up the street, and the fire department goes past our house often, and I hear them screaming around the corner, and I know that there's going to be a bad accident.
A lot of accidents. We hear a lot in the office, and sometimes from the house they've been that bad.
Gary Jarvis is a pastor at South Blendon Community Church, which sits on this corner. In the 6+ years he's been there, he describes the intersection to be tenuous.
You do have to wait quite a while, and you have to time it sometimes on a yellow, and that can get dangerous. You don't know if that car going south is gonna run the red or not.
So he's in favor of putting up a timed light, which is what Lisa started a petition to do.
I had 2,300 signatures in less than a week. Over the first 2 days, it was 2,200.
She says the lanes are not wide enough, and there needs to be a time left arrow.
Well, I started the petition because I tried calling the road commission and I got nowhere. They said they tested this area back in 2018, and this area has changed a lot in the last 4 years.
So we took her concerns to the Ottawa County Road Commission.
We studied the intersection in 2018, and based on that study, left turn signals were not warranted. We received a call from what I'm assuming is the same person earlier this year, and based on her request, we indicated we would conduct a study as scheduling permits.
Fred Kina, who's the traffic engineer for the Ottawa County Road Commission, says they're currently reassessing the intersection. He says they begin by going out to the intersection to manually count the cars and watch where they're turning.
We look at backup and delay of the left turn movements, if there's any cycles of the signal where they're not getting all through, and then we look at crash history involving left turn motorists.
Fox 17 learned through a Freedom of Information Act that crashes have doubled at the intersection. In 2021, there were 5. As of August of this year, it's 10. 3 resulted in injuries.
There's been a lot more people moving to the area, and occupancy is high. We need to have safer roads for our kids and our families.
Kina agrees. He says the spike in population is another factor they're considering in the current assessment, but says installing a timed light has its advantages and disadvantages.
It depends on the situation. Sometimes left turn arrows are helpful, especially for the left turning motorists, but other times it causes delay and backup for the other directions at the intersections.
Another suggestion from residents, changing the speed limit.
The speed limit is 55. That might be something that could be changed, bring it down to 45.
Fox 17 noticed there were no speed limits posted near the intersection.
The closest speed limit sign is on by Bauer, and there's nothing here. So it's time.
And Bauer Road is 2.5 miles from the intersection. Fox 17 finally saw a sign near Bauer Elementary. Kina says changing the speed limit is not an easy solution. It involves talks and input with Michigan State Police. As for Lisa, she's determined to gather more signatures and do what she can to make the intersection as safe as possible for everyone.
I own a small business. I know how it is to have policy and procedure. I don't want my 9 employees getting hit. I don't want my 5 kids to get killed in this corner.
Kina says the evaluation will be completed within the next few weeks. Reporting here in studio, Lauren Edwards, Fox 17 News.
For now, as the Ottawa County Road Commission evaluates this intersection, they tell us traffic volume is a key data point. When the commission reviewed 48th and Port Sheldon back in 2018, they found not enough cars moved through the area to warrant a timed left arrow. But in the last 10 years, Ottawa County has grown substantially. From 2010 to 2020, the county grew by 12%, according to census data. 48th is the dividing line between Blendon and Georgetown townships. And in those areas, census data also shows that the population grew by 23% and 15% respectively. Plus, local residents tell us that with Unity Christian High School less than a mile from this intersection, traffic is particularly heavy before school. So as this area sees growth, traffic engineer Fred Kina says an option up for consideration is a roundabout.
Roundabouts are a good option for certain conditions. A lot of times, though, it's very costly. You have to buy up right-of-way, which could include taking a residence or a business, which could run into millions of dollars to put a finished roundabout product out there. We are looking at that for various locations throughout the county. We have one right now in Coopersville, but we're looking to do a couple more in the future.
Kina is the same engineer who led the review in 2018, and he says this year's review will be completed within the next few weeks. If you'd like to see the full report from 2018 and the crash data, we gathered it all. You can head to fox17online.com to check that out.